Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we're going to take a little look-see at my first standard rose. What is a standard rose? Well, it's this tree-shaped rose that you might have seen on the internet, or you already have. It's the first one for me because they're quite a lot more expensive than the bush roses, definitely the bare root roses. And I personally think I prefer the bush form more, but I actually really wanted this one. Now, this is the rose Nostalgie from Tantau, and it's a rose that I've been looking for the past couple of weeks or so, but the flower shops and garden centers are kind of out of roses. The season is coming to an end. The nurseries don't ship roses anymore, so I was getting a little bit worried that I wouldn't find it. And I found it today at a flower shop, but only in a standard tree or standard form. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get it. I wanna experience this form as well, and I have a perfect place for it where it will stand out. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna we're gonna plant it today. Now, let me give you a little bit of a close-up of this rose and tell you a little bit about another one that I used to have that looks very similar, and this is Double Delight. Okay, don't hate me, I don't like Double Delight. The color was a little wishy-washy for me. I was expecting something like this, like the white center and the red on the sides, and then as the flower ages, transforming into this red. It didn't really happen all that much with the Double Delight that I had. It was kind of, I don't know, the color was not well delimited. I don't know how to explain it in English. Not so sectorial. It was kind of all over the place in my opinion. So I don't have that rose anymore. I gave it to my in-laws and he's doing great there. Also, the fragrance, while it was pretty beautiful and strong, it didn't wow me. It smelled kind of sweet and kind of similar to other roses that I have, to be fully honest. So I don't know, maybe it looked like that in my environment. But all of the flower shops that had that rose, they kind of all looked the same. The roses looked the same, wishy-washy, not very beautiful or elegant to my eyes. So yeah, I don't have that one anymore. But whenever I saw the Nostalgie rose, I always saw the most beautiful flowers on it. And always the coloration was like this: white center, red outer petals, always looking beautiful. It is also fragrant. It's not so strong and it smells kind of like tea, but it's okay. I bought this rose for the looks. I think I'm more of a fan of Nostalgie, although the two roses look very, very similar. So that's what happened to my Double Delight. Not for me, but yeah, that rose is a very popular rose. Now, this particular rose has been in that flower shop for a while. It has a lot of old flowers that shattered that I need to cut. It is full of aphids that I kind of started to remove with my hands because, you know, the flower shop always rotates plants. They don't really have an established ecosystem of insects there like I have in the garden. I don't have an issue with aphids anymore here, so I'm expecting, you know, the aphids on this rose to become just a feast for the beneficial insects in my garden. But there were just so many, I kind of started to remove them a little manually as well. So there's a little bit of work to do. He has been for a while there, and still the flowers look very, very good. They look the way that I want to, pretty much. And I was in the kitchen looking at this gorgeous beast here, and I so loved him with the white wall background. So I think he's gonna stand out so well. I don't regret my decision in getting a standard tree. I think he looks wonderful. I don't like all standard roses, but this one I really like. Right, so let me show you where I'm gonna put it. Okay, he will actually sit in the place of this rose here. This is Colette, and she's a climber, but I will have to say, for being in the first batch that I purchased in January, she really doesn't look like she's having a good time. Like, she's literally kind of melting under the sun. I don't know if it's a getting established issue. All of the roses here on this bed, they're receiving full sun. Scepterdile looking fantastic. Chippendale looking good. I mean, Molly, no, look at him. Has no issue with the blazing sun here. But Colette is not having a good time, and I was thinking to just take her out, put her in a pot, let her establish more, and then figure out maybe a better place for her, because honestly I wasn't really happy in the end with having a climber here on the obelisk. So the idea was maybe in time to cut the fake grass there and have some climbers on our gazebo when, you know, in time. So the plan was my climbers to be there, but I think it's gonna be great for her. Oh, she actually perked up a little bit because it's a little cloudy now. But yeah, a little bit earlier, she was just fainted. And not only the flowers, the leaves, do you notice? They kind of wilt the leaves as well. Flowers, you know, it's fine, but if the leaves start to wilt, that's a little concerning. So yeah, I'm a little on the fence with Colette. I don't know if she likes my environment, and I don't know if she's gonna do well. So I'll pull her out, and in her place, we're gonna put the Nostalgie standard tree, and he's gonna look beautiful here, just in the middle of, it is literally the middle of this white wall. He's gonna just stand out. And I don't think he's gonna interfere with the two plumerias that I have next to this place. I think he's gonna do well. Right, so while there are still clouds, let's get to work, because if the sun comes out, I'm gonna fry. Right, so I'll take this opportunity to show you how I uproot, or how people like to call it, shovel prune a rose, which I did quite a few times, because you never know how you're gonna lay out your garden pretty much until you see it, and you gotta move stuff. All right, so first up, we're gonna push aside the mulch. Try not to get bitten by the rose. Then with a pointy shovel, I'm just gonna go close to the rose, kind of like so. I'm just gonna push it down until the rose moves. When he moves, I'm gonna try to pull him out one side. Then I'm gonna go on the other side, do the same thing. And he's loose. And there we are. We do have a decent root system, but some of my other roses have an even better root system. It's not doing bad, but I don't know if this rose is good for my climate. We'll see. We're gonna pot him. I'm gonna keep him more sheltered this season. Now, this way of removing a rose works for me because of my soil, which is quite sandy, quite easy to work with, really. I also amended it so it's not heavy clay. You might have to do it a little bit different depending on your soil type, but for me, planting and on planting is actually fairly super easy, and I'm very grateful for. All right, so now let's do a little bit of a, don't follow my camera. Let's do a little bit of a test fit and see if we need to dig a little more or not. So I'm gonna try to pull him up and kind of just put my foot on the pot, kind of. Woo! Great, all of the insects are on my head, in my hair now. Ah, he's coming out. There he is. Good root system, huh? Oh, I think I definitely need a bigger hole. And a deeper hole. I got some digging to do. Holy moly. This is a big boy. All right. The deeper I dig, the stranger the things I find. Construction stuff, huge rocks, whatever the heck this is. And there's another one to the side, but I'm not gonna try to get it out because I think I'm gonna faint. It's really hot. Maybe I can try. No, we'll let it be. It's okay. So the hole is decent now. I'm gonna put some not slow release, organic fertilizer. I love this thing. My whole garden is surviving on this fertilizer. I sometimes work it into the hole, sometimes I don't. I kind of don't feel like it because it's a long way down. So now let's put our rose. Oh, much better. Let's see. Gonna try to put its best side forward, as it were. I'm just going to fill the hole now, though I'm left with a ton of soil. I would have hoped to like remove some of these potting soil, some of this potting soil, because my soil is better and it retains more water. I don't think I'm gonna be able to, so I'm gonna backfill as much as I can and then just save the soil for a different project, or just kind of spread it in the garden everywhere. Oh, he's looking glorious. I'll show you at the end. Now, as a top layer, I will add compost. Then put the mulch back. I think I need to bring some more mulch. I'll do that after. Anyway, what I want to do now is actually step on it a little. And then let's try to straighten it a little. I'm very tempted to, ow, don't bite me, to completely remove the stake and rearrange it, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's okay. See, it's not straight and it's kind of flexing. I don't know, maybe the stake, I'm just gonna change it at some point. I'm gonna go disinfect a tool and I'll start tidying up a little bit. Okay, so I sanitized a pair of pruners, and what I will do is cut all of these spent blooms, and I'm gonna try to cut them down to like a 5-leaf node. I don't know if, you know, that's extremely necessary, but I will do it just for the new stems to be stronger. And I'm also gonna try to cut at a leaf that kind of points outward. This one is going away. Let's cut this one here. I also have some yellowing leaves, which I'm just going to remove. I'm gonna pull on them backwards. They're just gonna come right off. So I'm just gonna take a look. See, I have a few blind shoots. Yeah, I'm gonna cut these as well. A blind shoot is something that does not have an ending pretty much. It ends on a split like this, and it doesn't create a bloom. I find that my roses don't care if they have blind shoots. They're just gonna grow from a lower node without me cutting it. But since I'm here, you know, maybe I can promote new buds faster. I'm still experimenting. I don't know. But people say you should cut away or cut the top of the blind stems. So I'm just gonna cut for this particular rose. Okay, this is a very crowded branch. I'm not gonna do a major prune now, but I will try to decongest it just a little bit where I see it's, you know, a little excessive. What's going on? And there's a whole bunch of yellow leaves here. Don't bite me. Should have put on my other gloves, but I'm kind of lazy. Just gonna try to get them out, and even if they fall, you know, it's okay. They're just fallen leaves that accumulated here in the center. It doesn't look nice. I think we're pretty good, you guys. For now, if there's anything, I'll do it later, but I think we're good. I'm gonna give you like a better view in a second. I'm gonna get you off of the tripod so you better see what I'm seeing. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I also found a bit of a thicker stake, so I'm gonna change that thin stake. It's not as tall, but it is thicker, so I trust it more. Let me just give you a look-see of how we're looking. Oh, look at this beautiful beast. Oh, he looks so nice. He looks indeed very nice. Quite a standout piece here. And I can actually plant tiny little flowers at the base just to cover a little bit the base. Yeah, he's gonna do great here, I feel. Oh, he's so beautiful. I'm so happy. Right. So, I'm gonna tidy up off camera, I'm not gonna put you through it, but yeah, this has been it for today. But anyway, I shall keep you up to date. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and yeah, just watching my videos. Hope you enjoyed them. And with that said, I'll see you all next time. Bye. But wait, the video is not over yet. This is a few days later and I have a few things that I want to add to this video. So first off, maybe it was obvious to everybody, but not so obvious to me, sadly. When you have these types of roses, it's important to have a tall stake. Remember in the video I put a shorter stake? It was thicker, yes, but it only reached up until here. Well, I've had something happen. The rose almost broke. It did not break, it just bent from here. I hope you can see the bark kind of snapped. It's not broken, everything is okay. But if I let it be, due to the winds we have here, this type of rose can actually break. So you need a stake that goes all the way up, at least to the height of this stem it's grafted on. So I actually put the original stake it came with, plus another bamboo stake that I had. I might change the stakes to one that is thicker, and of course it's taller, but for now it's okay. I also need to get a bit more tie, like tie it around, try to keep this central trunk as straight as possible and fortify it as much as possible, because yeah, I almost did a boo-boo that I wanted to share with you, just in case, you know, slips your mind like it kind of slipped mine. Now, a few words about the rose. I am in love. This has to be my favorite hybrid tea. The flower that you saw in the video with the white center is this one. It is now such a vibrant red. The bees love it as well. But yeah, this is a true color changer, and the color is a lot more well defined. This is the word that I was looking for earlier in the video. The color is well defined. It's not spread everywhere like in the case of the Double Delight. I'm sure Double Delight looks differently in other environments, but in my environment it seems to just have that reddish speckly type of color, which most of the times is actually pink, and I'm not a fan of that. But this one actually stays true to the tag and it always actually has, when the buds open, a white interior with a beautiful red edging, and as the flowers age they do transform gradually into this wonderful vibrant red. It is absolutely adorable. The fragrance as well is really nice, given it's not as interesting maybe as the Double Delight. It's more of a tea and fruity fragrance, and it's definitely not strong, but it is mesmerizing. I love it so much, and especially when it's a little windy, it wafts a little bit. Even though it's not strong, you detect it in the air a little bit close to the rose, and that's absolutely phenomenal. I'm much more of a fan of this rose. It just ticks the boxes for me. And if you know you were on the fence about this rose and you were like, oh, maybe I get the Double Delight because it's more popular, I guess maybe if you live in a warmer climate, it might not look like the pictures you see on the internet. That was the surprise that I had with my Double Delight. Never looked as the photos, not even in flower shops, when theoretically, you know, they look their best. But Nostalgie, which I think it's meant to be pronounced like in French, Nostalgie, is looking like the pictures. It truly does, and it's vibrant. And one thing that I've learned filming these roses is that cameras never do them justice. You know, seeing it in more of a 3D type of aspect and seeing all of the details real life, it's much more beautiful than pictures and videos. I'm doing my best, but trust me when I tell you, in real life, this is a piece of art. Let me adjust my camera settings a little. The sun is in and out. This is a piece of art and I really love it. So this has been Nostalgie from Tantau. Standard rose. Absolutely love it, but you can find it in bush form, and I've also seen a version that is a climber. Not sure if this is a true climber or maybe a short climber. Maybe you can grow it, but it is a hybrid tea to my knowledge. There might be two versions of it, climbing and non. I don't know, check it out. And if you're on the fence about it, don't be on the fence. It's a wonderful rose. It is more fragrant than you imagine, even though it's not strong. It's just, I don't know, the smell reaches you somehow, and it's wonderful. I think I'm in love, and I think I like this one more than the blue. No, I don't know, I like them all the same. I love all my roses, but this one has surprised me so much. Anyway, I'll stop talking. But yeah, I'm in love. I fell in love with this rose, and I wish it were a little bit more popular, because I would have gone for this rose instead of the Double Delight, because this is what I was looking for. White center, red outer petals, and Double Delight doesn't do it for me in my climate, sadly. Anyway, so that's it. Let's end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!